Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do a video. It's kind of different from any of the other videos I've done so far, but I'm going to make this one a little shorter for everybody. I bought a Brazilian agate that was kind of a egg-shaped round agate, about yay big, and I only got 4 slabs out of it, and I was going to make one for my sister-in-law Pam, make a pendant out of it. And I decided, because they were all 3 out of the same stone, had the same kind of pattern all the way through all 4 stones, as far as the fortification lines and all that, they call them sisters or triplets or quadruplets. It's something that you would give to family members so that they have all got one that looks the same, or certain group of people, like a group of friends, three women that have been friends their whole lives might want each a necklace that looks the same. So that's part of the reason why I decided to give them to my I was going to make one for my sister-in-law anyway, because I'd promised her one. I showed her some stones and then lost the one that I was going to do for her. And so I made her a different one, but it wasn't the one she had wanted to begin with. I couldn't find it. I don't know if I gave it away or what, but anyway. But I decided I'd go ahead and make. She's got 2 daughters and a granddaughter, and she's my sister-in-law, so they're my brother's family too, and my family. And I decided I'd make one for each of those girls, each of the women. And so it's going to be kind of out of pace, because I did the stones individually as far as working them through the cabin machine on the stones here. I didn't have to turn it that far last time. My screen's it's square and it's not long shaped, so this will come in over here. I can't see it, all this over here. This right there is about as far as I can see. And I did them one at a time on here, but I also turned them into actual pendants. I wire wrapped them with half round silver wire, and with a bail on the top, and I put a groove around them with my glass grinding machine that I just got. That was in June of last year, and I've learned that from Michigan Rocks, a guy that I watch that does YouTube out of Michigan, and he showed us how to do that on a video, and I thought, well, let me try that. Well, I didn't do very good at it, but I did get 4 of them made. But I didn't video. I had 1 clip in this batch of videos. What I did was, as I was doing it, when I got done that day, I would load them onto the computer and I put them in the same file if it was the same batch of stones or the same stone. And I added it on there, and I when I started to show how I made put the bail on them around the outside, because I cut a groove around the outside edge like this, and they were round stones, and it was on this outside edge all the way around, and then you wrap a half round wire around there where the flat part is even with the flat part of the stone, so that it's not sticking out any, and it won't come off. It won't come out once you've got it tied up here. And you make a bail out of the top of it, and you wrap I use a smaller wire to wrap around it that makes it look like it's a round wire. I put the flat side in when I wrap it around that, and they came out different degrees. One of them came out looking real nice, but the other 3 didn't come out all that great. But I got them all done, and that's when I realized I don't have enough equipment to do that kind of thing yet, because I didn't have any way to hold them. I'm trying to hold them with a pair of pliers and wrap the other wire around, and it's just I don't have the dexterity in my hands, because I've got a little bit of a palsy in my hands. But anyway, and so I started to film that, and I sat down here and I grabbed a pair of flat nosed pliers, or non-teeth, flat pliers with no teeth on them, to use on the silver wire, and they were rusty, and I shut the thing off to go get a piece of steel wool to get the rust off the blades of the pliers, or off the end of the inside edges of the pliers, and forgot to film the rest of making them. And I was only doing 2 that day, and I didn't film the other 2, because I think I did. I don't even know for sure if I did those two that day. I don't remember right now, but I don't remember. I don't think I did them all four at the same time, as I think I wrapped the first two. Actually, I did the first one first, and then I went on ahead and put the groove in the other one, but I hadn't decided yet at that time to give them to all three of her other all the other girls, besides my sister-in-law, and so that's why it's going to be, and it's going to be kind of different because I'm going to show you where I showed you the stone rough, and then I'll show you all four stones at the beginning and all four stones at the end after they're done, and then there's one spot in there that's got I don't know why I'm pointing over here. There's one spot in there that has the bail. It shows the bail and the wire wrapping on one of the stones, and it was the first one I did. It's the first one I've done ever like that. I tried some of the other wire wrapping stuff on other stuff, and I just couldn't figure that out, and I couldn't hold it, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get that pretty with it, so I decided to heck with that. I would do silversmithing type stuff, but not wire wrapping, just because I think I could keep my hands on something with the silversmithing, or keep both hands on whatever I was doing as long as I had something to hold it, and it'd make it a little easier to do because I can't even use a screwdriver half the time. But anyway, without using the second hand. But hopefully it'll come out fairly short. I don't want it to be over an hour anyway. And so I'm going to put the grinding, this part of it, and I did some of it on the flat lap, and I'll put that because the backs I left flat on them, and I only did what I would normally do on this half on the flat lap for each of the other two stones, or it may have only been just one of the stones too. I'm not sure which, but anyway. And then I went and finished it up with these after I took the main scratches and got all of the scratches out of it. Then I brought it over here, but I did that over there with these, what it would equal these stones or equal these wheels as far as the grit on each wheel. I've got the same on the flat lap, and so it's going to be a little chaotic back and forth, but I'll try to make it a little easier, shorter. I'll try to make it smoother, but it will still seem kind of maybe a little bit weird. If you've watched any of my other videos yet, haven't had many views, but they've only been up, I think 10. I left yesterday, and the first one I put up was 10 days ago. But I'm having trouble getting more posted. I've got 5 up there. Yeah, I've got 5 up there, and I have tried to put 3 others actually. I tried to upload those, but between the weather and the sunspots, my internet's not cutting it. I went to the library, and that didn't work either. It kicked me off twice, they failed twice before they even started to download. And one of them failed before it even finished. No, that was yesterday. It failed before it finished rendering. That was before it tried to upload. I don't know what the deal is with it, but then I had they both are the ones at the library. They kicked me off before they even read 1%, and it said failed. And I had one from here that I tried to upload. It was 92% done, and then it failed because I lost internet. So, and I'm also going to put an outro on these, because when I first started recording these, I didn't put an intro and an outro because I didn't have a channel name thought up yet or anything like that. Of course, it didn't take a lot of thinking. My name's Matt. I've never said that, but I'm assuming that you would figure that out from Matt's Rocks, the name of the channel. So I figured and I'll go ahead and make the intro to, or exit to outro. And so anyway, here's the video. Okay, today I'm going to work on this, or now I'm going to work on this Brazilian agate. I did a piece of another one just the same. I got to grind off the husk. This one's got a bigger crystal pocket, which might even be a bigger nightmare, but I don't know. We'll see when we find out, or when we get there. Today we're going to work on these two Brazilian agates. I don't know how good this one's going to come out because it's got an awful thin area right here. I may be able to get it to round it off. That'd be the back side. I may be able to get it flat enough on the side to cut a groove for mounting it like this one. I want them all to look pretty much the same if I can. So you can see I've got a groove around it and attached the wire to it for a bail. Got that a little tall, but that was my first try. I showed it in another video. There's all four going to go to my nieces. This is the second one I'm looking at. My two nieces and a grandniece and my sister-in-law. It's going to get this. Okay, today I'm going to work on this, or now I'm going to work on this Brazilian agate. I did a piece of granite a little bit ago. This is for my sister-in-law. First I'm going to take the outside round off of it and round it, and then I'll probably put a dome on the both sides. Here we go. Okay, I'm happy with that for now. Let me get some. I'm going to have to take a little bit to figure out how to set up my machine for the grinding this edge, making measurements and adjustments, and figure out a way to keep it from going too deep into the stone. So I'll figure that out and then I'll film or video of the cutting the groove. I'll let you in on that. I've got the round part, or the edge down smooth. There's that hole. Oh, I was too close. There's the edge. I've got when I took the skin off. There's that hole I was talking about. If I take the hole out, I'll lose that little yellow spot at the top. It's got some lines, fortification lines on the darker yellow section of it. Probably can't see them on the camera, but that's why I don't want to take that out. Okay. Okay, this isn't going to take long. Should be able to see what I'm doing here. This is a glass grinding machine, and I've got a bit on it that just a thin blade, and I'm pretty sure it's set up at the right height because it's the same size slabs as I did the last time. That's the benefit of my new saw with the automatic feed. I can adjust it over the exact same amount and get them the same thickness. And I couldn't figure out how any other way. I didn't want to put a drip on it because the pan will overflow. I got it sitting in here in case I get water all over the place. I built this for my wet saw, the water saw, to keep so I didn't have to take it outside. So I'm going to go ahead and put the groove on. Let me move that away. Kind of like that the surface of my matting on the bottom of this box is black. I can use it to make sure the groove's the same depth all the way around by holding the stone, looking down the groove and seeing how much is black down in the groove. That'll work. Didn't take very long at all. Wasn't quite as thick as I thought it was, or set quite as right as I thought it was. I should have adjusted a little better. My eyeballs are kind of screwed, but this is going to be the face anyway, and I can make this girdle the same height as this one after I've shaped it. I can leave this one more flat, this side here, just polish it up like it is, round off the edges a little bit, and then match it up with on the top so that it looks like they're both the same width once I get the wire in there. Okay, I lied. I went on ahead and cut that groove. I was trying to figure out how to do that with my new glass grinding machine, and I just had to kind of wing it. So I figured, well, I'll experiment on this one. If it don't turn out, my sister-in-law will get the next one in line, because I've got 3 of them. Actually, I've got 4 slabs. This is a Brazilian agate, by the way. I don't remember if I said that when I started smoothing off the outside. So now I can run a half-round silver wire through there and make an eye on the top out of the ends and wrap the ends around, and that'll hold it in the stone and where it won't come off. You know, once I wrap it around there, and I've got some more wire to go around the base of that to bring it up a little higher than the very top of the stone. Give it a little more something to tie the 2 wires together, because I can't twist them. So, well, I probably could, but it wouldn't look right because it's a half-round wire. So now I'm just going to start doming the edges and bringing it up a little bit. I may leave this fairly flat in the center here where the crystal pocket's at. It goes all the way through, and I may leave it more flat there because I don't want that crystal to break out and scratch what I'm doing on the rest of it. And I don't want to ruin the crystal, because there's a nice little, well, wow, that's I was surprised it was still focusing up that close. Maybe with it wet, it would, never mind, I'm talking to myself. every one of those scratches, or look like scratches, I can see just the tiniest little hole. When I get the light right, just the tiniest little hole in the shine, yet the scratch and the size of the scratch is bigger than the little bitty hole I can see in the stone. So that's all part of the fortification lines. So I'm going to fill that in with super glue, those little spots, and I'm going to polish it again on the 3000 stone to get the super glue off of everything but those little spots. Well, that's what I'll do for that. Let me go ahead and put that aside for now so I can get the super glue on there. It's got to dry 24 hours. Let me go ahead and get the next one in line. Still got one wheel left, and I still got quite a few of them out. So I'll maybe get them all out. See them, little white scratches around the center of the crystal pocket, going out to the, it's not going all the way to the edge of the yellowish, the more yellow bands. They're coming out. No, I worked on them long enough yesterday. Side. There's the back side. Here, there's the light through it. How well that's showing up, it may be letting a little too much light through. That one's done, ready to be wrapped. I got two ready to be wrapped. The third one's already wrapped, or the first one's already wrapped. Okay, that's the end of the video. I'm sorry during that one, as I just got finished editing this video, and I'd forgotten to show you the first stone after I finished it on the last polishing wheel, and I also didn't show you when I wrapped it with the silver wire. I did show you the final product on the first one that I wrapped. It's not the one that ended up with my sister-in-law, I don't think, just because I think the bail was a little bit too long. I thought so too. I may have changed that. It may be why no, I don't think I did. It's been a while since I gave them to him. I gave them to him last year, and I didn't get any pictures of all four of them together either. They all got wrapped and given, but I didn't get full pictures of all four of them. I've only got this one part on the video of the first one that I did, and the actual place where I show the glass grinding machine, that was on the third stone, the third necklace that I did, because I didn't film the first one. That's where I said I lied. After when I came back and said I lied, I had the third stone in my hand and showed you after I'd put the groove in it. But and then I didn't get to show you all of the finished stones. There's the first two places where I show you the finished stones. The first two are the next to the last disc, and the one before that on the first stone, and that's the closest I can get to it. And then the very last stone, I forgot to even show the camera the finished product on it. I just set it on the bench. I was tired. That was the second day of doing them. I'd spent like 10 or 11 hours on them each day, if not a little more. And that's not counting cutting them, because I cut them the same day I started them. So the first day was a little longer than the second, but it was still a good little project to do. So Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. I tried to keep it as short as I could. If I don't stop talking now, it's going to end up being longer. But just please subscribe if you want to. It's free. Like and subscribe, share, send a comment. I'll take all the advice I can get, and I don't care what the comment is. I'll listen to it and look at it and try to answer it. If it's a question, you can ask me questions. I don't know a whole lot yet, but I'll tell you what I do know, or what I think I know anyway. But I'll let you know whether it's something I think I know or that I do know. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and stay tuned for the next one.